My spa, here's what I say to my clients. Somewhere along the line, are you taking a picture or a video?
I'm videoing you.
Oh, get this side. Oh, there she goes. When that starts, you can't stop. It goes for about 3 minutes. She can't catch her breath. It just keeps going and going. I want someone to get that on footage. Okay, so you're at your spas, and here's what I want you to say to your clients. Let your clients know that a service you offer your preferred clients, notice that I'm using word choices, a service that I offer to my preferred clients are courtesy calls. So tonight, ladies, as you buy skincare or any of my products that we're talking about here this evening, in fairness to you, my job, good word choices, my job is to follow up to make sure that the products are doing everything we said they would and then some, right? So you can expect a phone call from me as a courtesy just to follow up within the next 3 to 5 days, or within the next week if you don't want to box yourself into 3 days. I say that as a blanket statement so they all can expect it. It's a service I offer my preferred clients, and now they feel good about it. But then what I'm saying to them is you may be buying our skincare tonight, and you may go home and forget which order to use it in. I'll never forget, I think it was someone in Tucson, seems to ring a bell for me, decided after one of these meetings to get the nerve to pick up the phone. She called a woman who was having a horrible reaction to our skincare line. She thought she was supposed to use the scrub on her face every single day. She was basically scrubbing her face off and couldn't understand why her skin was red and raw. So over the phone, the consultant is having her talk her through what process she's using. And when the woman said, and she said, oh, no, twice a week. Right? But imagine that person walking around saying to people, oh, BeautiControl doesn't work. No, it was the consultant who didn't call to follow up. The client, when she leaves, I promise you this, a client at your spa is not listening to 100% of what you're saying. They may catch about 10 to 15, maybe 20% of what you're saying. They're too busy talking to their girlfriends and blah, blah, blah.
You're right.
Right? That's absolutely right. So just let them know that as a courtesy. Now, at the end of the spa, when I'm selling to my clients, one-on-one, I say to Laura, when I get to her purchase needs, and what she's going to go home with tonight, when I get to that part of it, I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. When I get to that part of it, I say to Laura, Laura, just out of curiosity, are you a full-time worker, or do you work?
Part-time.
You do work part-time. And Laura, what is a good time to reach you? Daytimes, evenings?
Mornings.
Mornings. And then weekdays or weekends?
Weekdays.
Weekdays. So all I do is put WD, weekdays, and then my code, M, mornings. Why would I call her at 8 o'clock at night? Because that's around my schedule, when she told me that odds are I'm not going to catch her on the phone. I just make a little code in the top of her order form. And then I share with her, I said, Laura, the products you're going to go home with tonight, here's what you're going to experience, here's what I want you to do, right? But Laura, as I mentioned earlier, you're going to hear from me within the next week. My job is to follow up with you, because we talked about a lot of things tonight. And I want to make sure that the skincare is working the way we said it would. Is that okay with you? I'll give you a call just to check in and make sure things are fine? I ask for her permission. So now when I go to pick up the phone, it's not like she's going to sit there and say, what are you calling me for? No. All I'm doing in that first phone call is to make sure she's okay and that the products work. Courtesy. Check the box. Now I warmed her up. So when I call her next time, I'm checking in again. Oh, by the way, is she ready to reorder? Where are we at, right? So that first phone call is the critical one. I said I was going to do it. That's the easiest one to make. And then once I establish that rapport with her, and then but before I hang up, Laura, I'll catch up with you in a couple more weeks, a month or so. I'll follow back up with you just to check in, just like I just now, to see how things are going. Is that okay with you? Sure, Chris, call me back. If she says no, never call me again, fine, I won't. I take no offense to that, right? But I'm getting permission. Yes.
Personal connection. You talked about that this morning too, with the connecting with them on a personal level, so you're not just calling to.
Yes, we did.
Identify with the individual.
Yes, actually, I think that was Joyce in the back of the room who said that.
Yes.
Yeah, is to make a personal connection. So if I found out from Laura something about her at the spa, and she mentioned something about her children, or she shared something with me, I'm going to make that little note on the order form too. So when I'm calling her to check on her skincare, I say, oh, by the way, how's your puppy doing? You just got a new puppy. How's the puppy? Sorry that ripped your couch apart. That's what you get for getting one. What do you mean your dog peed in your house? Mine never did. Gosh, my dog the other day, I tell you what. We had to have a little talk. The guy's 11 years old. The guy's 11 years old, and then he sits there next to his little puddle that he did. I'm like, what is that? Since when do we do this?
What did he say?
Now, you know what it is? No, I'll tell you what it is. I've been traveling a lot. In fact,
Oh yeah, he's mad at you.
he's really upset with me.
Well, yeah.
And then I gave him a bath, and he was like, "Really? You've been gone, and I'm in trouble, and you give me a bath?"
Oh,
I'll tell you what. He's 11 years old. He's the cutest Yorkie that you'll
Oh, I
ever meet.
love
And he's got that
Yorkies.
little, that little Yorkie trot.
How does that go?
I only do that once. Okay. All right. So, let me talk to you about your client business a little bit. Would you agree that, and directors, I'm doing it like this in case you don't have a slide or a projector. You can do it just like this. I'm going to talk to you about your spa. And I hope that everybody over there can see this. I'm going to talk to you about your spa. Do you know what happens at every spa? What happens at every spa? What do we get? What do we go home with that night?
Money.
Money, right?
Charge.
From every spa, is it fair to say that you make instant profit today?
Yes.
You do a spa tonight, you put cash in your pocket, yes?
Yes.
We all agree on that. Except for the person who does a spa and doesn't sell anything.
Come on.
No, it never happened to me, I don't know. Okay, who put that there? Okay, here's what happens. See, directors, I could do it like this now and draw the line. Haha. Here's the other thing that's at every spa. Oh, is that my 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Golly, I gotta stop telling you stories about that dog. There are 5 clients that you can get at every spa. I'll speed it up. 5 clients that you can have at every spa, on average. If you follow up with them. If you follow up with them. No. When you follow up with them. When you build a relationship with your clients, somewhere along the line, I promise you, within a year, it might not be immediate, sometimes it is, you'll find one recruit. But did you know this? That 5 clients, and I'll write it up here, 5 clients will order 4 times a year. The average order they place is $65. That equals $1,300 or $650 to you. When I have the mindset of every spa is going to be $500, I'm making $250 because that's my hourly, that's my value. Every night I go out, I'm making $250, no less. If it happens to be less, the host is going to work a little bit more on those orders for me, right? Yes, she is. $250. I draw the line here because this is typically what we do in beauty control. Did my spa, got my money. See you at the next spa. I hope you all come back. Then if you do, I'll sell to you again. But if not, I put my name and number on the bottom of the product. You call me, yeah! Don't all work that way. Follow up with your clients. 5 clients per spa. What if I were to tell you today that, do we all agree that we can get to a $500 spa if we focus on it and challenge the host?
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, it's $400 and you're making $200 anyway?
Yeah.
We can live with that too, right? If your spas are under $400, we get them up to $400, they'll start going to $450, you'll get them to $500. So we all feel comfortable with that. What if I told you that at every spa you were leaving $600, $650 by not following up with your clients? Anybody hold 2 spas a year? 13 grand bucks. 10 spas a year, right? So $600. 6 is easier for me than $650. 10 spas a year, that's $6,000. 20 spas a year. Do I need to keep going? Is this hitting anybody in the head yet? Like, geez, Chris, I'm taking this. The point I'm trying to make is with proper follow-up with your clients, your reorder business is bigger than your spa business.
Right.
No, I'm not saying stop holding spas. You want to continue to hold spas to keep seeing your clients, yes.
Do you ever give an incentive, to the clients, say if you know there's a special going on and it's 50% off, could you say, okay, with this party it's 10% off, or you, I know you're cutting your profits, but.
There's a lot of different rules to thumb on that. I'll leave that to the room to answer that one for you. What I will just share what I do, what I've done, and what I would do today. I wouldn't discount anything because I think our products are too cheap. Not too cheap. Products are so cheap. You might want to dig out that Avon instead. No, but I was trying to say. I didn't mean to say too cheap. What I meant to say was our products are too reasonably priced. I believe if you ever did a side-by-side comparison, we should be asking more. Because we're not paying the department store shelf, we put our product at a price where it's easier for you to sell. So I believe 100% in our full retail value. What I would offer my clients is anybody who places a $75 order tonight gets a $20 free gift from me and build my volume that way. I would do gift with purchase more than I would say 10% off, 20% off. Because then all I'm teaching them is that I'm Walmart. And they're waiting for the prices to roll back.
Well, because actually if you say $25 gift, it's only $12.50 and out of your pocket instead of $1.25.
Yeah, there you go. Now, and I'll tell you where I got this from. I mean, I've done that for years or whatever, but you know, I found myself to be a pretty good car shopper. I kind of pride myself, you know. Every 2 to 3 years I go out and get a new car. Remember, I was a kid in the back of that '66 Chevy station wagon. My mom said to me, "When are you getting another car for?" Because I can. I don't want to remember the days of that station wagon. So, a little over 3 years ago, I went and bought my first BMW. It was when I was in Southern California. If you don't drive a BMW or a Mercedes, you must be a visitor. I think that's what it says in the sign. Welcome to Orange County.
Yeah.
I'm only kidding. But at any rate, I went into the BMW dealer. Never dealt with luxury vehicles at that level before. And I sat down with the woman. I started trying to negotiate. And she goes, "Excuse me, sir." And she said, "We don't discount BMWs." She says, "Go buy a, you might want to buy a Chevy or something else if you're looking to get a discount." She goes, "It's the sticker price." And I thought, oh. I said, "Well, I'll have to go think about that." And I couldn't get out of that dealership. I couldn't get out. I was so embarrassed. I went back and bought the dang thing, so I was so embarrassed. I said, "Oh, I was just trying. You gotta try. You gotta ask. Yeah. What am I?" So